Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 27th of March for the Sun or the Ascendant. I'm going to give you the standout details to look out for that we can all relate to collectively, but please stay with me. I will go through each of the signs, Aries through to Pisces, then to give you the standout features for each of those and the timings. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for joining me. This is very much a community, so please do share any thoughts you've got. I do interact with each comment, and please do subscribe. If you're a returning visitor, thank you so much for joining me once more. Now this week sees a really important alliance between Mars and Pluto that I don't think is going to get that much coverage. Mars is in the sign of Cancer now, which means that it's in fall. This is not its best location, but it's in a 150 angle, a quincunx, with Pluto in the sign of the collective, Aquarius. So Mars in house 4, Pluto in house 11. So balancing our emotional responses with how we connect with other people is going to require a degree of patience, because Mars in Cancer can be quite defensive and reactive. Also, Pluto in Aquarius is equally in its fall, so not its best location either. So this is a week that when we're discussing anything to do with groups or friendships, committees, we just need to try to be as calm as possible. But it's also a week when on Thursday, 3 different planetary aspects all reach a peak, and all of them can be very positive. One, Venus in a conjunction with Uranus, can have a downside. It just depends on our unique circumstances. But certainly the conjunction between Venus and Uranus pushes us to think about our relationships or our finances in a fresh way. So if things have got a little bit stale in terms of our approach, Uranus is asking us to be a little bit more radical, but it also can give some people the push to separate from someone they may have been close to. So it does have that potential for a downside, as well as the potential for innovation. However, the 2 planets of contracts, Mercury, the planet of trade and commerce, is in a conjunction with Jupiter, the planet of growth and potentially of fortune. And that also happens on Thursday. Very exciting combination. That's when it becomes exact. But Mars, despite that rather tricky angle to Pluto, is actually forging a really positive one to Saturn. You couldn't really make it up that Mars is having these 2 relationships. And of course, Saturn itself in the sign of Pisces, it's pretty early doors. So all these planets have recently moved, of course, but it just suggests that if we can embrace the more emotional sphere, which is, of course, Saturn in Pisces, Mars in Cancer, in terms of how we structure things, that's a good thing to do. You know, just looking at things in a purely logical way, which might be the call out to Pluto, is not necessarily the best approach. Now, if you would like to get really excited about more serious astrology, if you give me 3 pieces of your personal birth data, time, date and place of birth, I can produce for you your life roadmap report, which will give you a much greater understanding of the patterns that have occurred in your life, the more challenging ones, but also where you can seize your qualities with more confidence. Also, within my special package of 30% off, you can get your 12-month personal forecast. This is totally, both these charts are totally unique to the person they're produced for, and can give searing insights for the times ahead. If you don't know your time of birth, I've set up a new type of chart where you can have the analysis and also the forecast, but more based on your sun sign. Please see the link below for that too. Finally, if you would like your free daily horoscope fired to your device each morning, please see the link for that too underneath this video. So Pisces, with Mercury and Jupiter coming into a conjunction, which reaches a peak on Thursday, that could be a slice of good news that comes in around your finances, which would be welcome for sure. Also, Venus and Uranus come together on the same day. Venus is very much about allure. It can be about desire. Of course, it can be about money. The third house is quite quick moving anyway, so to have Uranus in the mix, it's possible that over the last few years it's been difficult to turn off your thinking at times because it's been rattling along at such a pace. Also this week, Mars is showcasing its energy in your fifth house. Brilliant for passion, demonstrating your talents, but it's forging a great link with Saturn in your sign. And that reaches a peak on Thursday too. So Thursday is a very influential day this week, but there is a quarter moon on Wednesday, and that just suggests that when it comes to your resources, even if you do have a stroke of fortune, I wouldn't be too quick to splurge any gains you have, nor would I be too generous to someone you're close to, someone could in some way want you to help them out financially. If this has become a little bit of a pattern, it may be time to set a boundary. However, Pluto has inched into your 12th solar house and is in an obtuse angle with Mars in your 5th. So when it comes to your romantic hopes, I think it's very important to understand what your deeper motivations are, but also of those of anyone you're attracted to. Some stuff could come into the open in an existing relationship, which could be a little bit startling because Venus conjunct Uranus is an everyday conversation, the third house. But, do you know, even if something was revealed, I think at the end of the day, you probably would be happy that you at least knew what it was, or perhaps you expressed an opinion that there's been something you've been mulling over and you may just decide to share it to the point at the heart of this week. And actually, you know, it probably would be a good thing if you do.